Hi there, I'm Rebecca Moeller. I've spent the last decade of my life helping people heal from betrayal trauma and behavioral addictions through mindfulness and 12-step principles and embodiment. I'm super obsessed with the movie Wicked because it speaks so much to this beautiful and complex adventure of healing that we get to embark on when we're faced with situations or relationships that force us to face ourselves. The thing I want to talk about in this video is how do you know when your goodness is being manipulated? This is for my sweet Glindas who keep getting used and abused. One of the scariest things but most necessary things is coming to a space of accepting the situations that we're in, the relationships or the systems that we're a part of, and owning our responsibility to do something about it when we can see that there are ways that that relationship or that system is not serving and is actually causing harm. So tip number one, to know that your goodness is being manipulated. You're told not to challenge or question the authority. And maybe you're not explicitly told not to challenge, but any sort of challenging the authority is very unwelcome. Maybe who you talk to or what you read or what information that you're exposed to is highly monitored, or you're told that things are dangerous. This is a big red flag that you're being manipulated, because truth, big T truth, stands up to scrutiny every time. Big T truth is universal. It speaks for itself like gravity. So truth doesn't need to be defended because it can be so clearly observed over time, like gravity, like the fact that love expands us and fear makes us shrink and tighten. So if a person or a structure is kind of giving you the energy of like, how dare you ask that? That's a red flag. It's shame. And it's a manipulation tactic to make you doubt yourself, leveraging your desire to be good to keep you contained under their authority. It's allowing them to use your desire for goodness to keep you from being able to see them, that person or that structure or system, more clearly. Because if there wasn't something to hide, there wouldn't be a problem with you investigating. It's like Oz behind the curtain. Oz doesn't need to hide behind a curtain unless who he is doesn't line up with the image that he's trying to portray. So this, how dare you ask that, is really a gaslighting technique, flipping the situation to put you on the defensive and distract you from the fact that the person or the system is refusing to be transparent with you. The second way that you know your goodness is being manipulated, when love is used as a weapon. So when you're in a relationship with a person or an organization that threatens the withdrawal of love, if you don't comply with their wishes, that's a huge red flag that your goodness, your human desire to love and belong, is being used against you. Elphaba says, so long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. When someone or some group threatens to disown you, calls you wicked or stupid or shuns you because you see things differently than they do, that's not love. That's fear. That's control. That's manipulation. Number three, the way you know your goodness is being used against you. And this is kind of different because it's being used against you from the inside out in this one. And that is that you can feel in yourself that you're being hooked by the validation. Every single one of us as a human being has some Glinda in us. At our core level, we are hardwired to belong, to connect, to be a part of a tribe, of a group. And we want to feel some kind of identity and safety from that. But sometimes we allow that desire to belong to override our own sense of integrity. So we no longer feel that we belong to ourselves. It's called a self-betrayal. And when that happens, we allow our need for validation and safety to override our personal journey of growth and awakening. And that's the journey that we're really here for on the deepest level. And we kind of forego our responsibility to really discover who we are. And instead, we go through the motions to kind of keep the peace. We're so afraid of not being good that we betray ourselves. And that self-betrayal creates a huge split inside of us. It creates sadness and disconnection and numbness and resentment and all sorts of things. This internal split is where so much suffering, so much loneliness comes from, so much need to escape our lives or cope in ways that are not healthy and that are not serving us or anyone around us. And at the end of the day, only you can make the choice to stop following the carrot that the relationship, the person, the system keeps dangling to keep you hooked into their power structure. You're the only one who can choose to walk away from that carrot. It's nobody else's job. No one else actually can even do that for you. Only you can say, I don't want that. I can't want that anymore, and saying no more. And usually, to be able to do that, you need community, you need support, you need a framework to help you move forward and find your next right step. And you might even need help establishing safety, physical safety, even in some situations. The fourth and last tip for how you know your goodness is being manipulated is that your body is telling you that something is off. Because the reality is that when we're not aligned, when we've created this kind of mental, emotional, spiritual split inside of ourselves by living in a state of self-betrayal, we carry all of that in our body, and it can create all sorts of problems. When we're conforming to keep the peace and meet everyone else's expectations, our body holds that tension and tightness. So getting into your body for regular exercise, movement, meditation is crucial, because as you keep coming back to your body, you'll start to notice, my body is communicating with me. My body talks. When I get stressed out, I get a headache. When I'm trying to control something outside of myself, the right side of my neck locks up. When I'm feeling a lot of fear about something, I feel really like ice chips in my chest. Yoga and breath work can be a beautiful part of your daily routine that helps you connect inward so that you're listening to your body, and that you can feel your body will communicate to you, usually before your brain catches on, that you're not aligned and that you're kind of lost in this kind of coping or self-betrayal. And as you make movement, yoga, breath work, meditation a part of the way you do life on a daily basis, it allows you to be so much closer to that information so that you can respond with clarity, and you can take the time to recenter, reconnect, and decide, like, I can see what's happening for what it is. I can feel it in my body. And now I get to decide, what am I going to do in my next step forward? My sweet Glindas, I want to say namaste to you. I see so much of myself in you, and I can share that there is absolutely a path to freedom from here. And it is a path of surrender. It's a path of courage. It's a path of letting go. It's a path of learning to trust yourself and to put the wholeness of your heart above the validation that you receive. Because in the end, we're all Glinda and we're all Elphaba. We're all good and we're all wicked. We all have all of it inside of us. And until we can see and face in ourselves the bad, we can never truly be good. Instead, we'll be running from ourselves, putting out facades, and justifying or denying the parts of ourselves that we don't want ourselves or others to see. Debbie Ford's book, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers, is such a good book on this topic. So if this is something that resonates with you and that you'd like to learn more about and see more of in yourself, I highly recommend that book. It can help you learn to become something even better than good. It can help you become truly whole. Thank you so much for watching this video. You would probably love to take our test. Are you a Glinda or an Elphaba? And get some more personalized tips for the things you might need to shift or surrender to step into your truest self. A little green, a little pink.